Kamala Harris not doing too well because she's leaning on the fear-mongering tactic. What do you take from this?
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting hearing from Kamala Harris that, the woman who locked up record numbers of black men for weed, that now all of a sudden she's going to be their savior. It's just laughable to hear Kamala Harris talk about, she's trying to use fear mongering. Oh, Donald Trump is going to, take all this unchecked power. Really? So, do you mean to tell me that it will be worse than, I don't know, arresting pro-life protesters who are praying outside of abortion facilities? Will it be worse than letting in record numbers of terrorists and unvetted strangers into the country? Will it be that kind of unchecked power? Oh, wait, that's happening right now. Of course, these are the people with 91 indictments against Donald Trump, Joe Biden, now Kamala Harris's top political opposition. These are people who we have been watching for the last 3.5 years take total unchecked power and use it against us. And when Donald Trump points that out, Kamala Harris now gaslights us into thinking that Donald Trump is going to be the one to abuse his power. Of course, it is her only play, Breanna, because when you look at the state of things, when you look at the country, there is absolutely nothing that she can go to and say, I made this better. Every single thing in this country is worse under her reign. And so therefore, she has to go to the gaslighting. She has to go to the fear mongering. And she, of course, has to try to court black men into trusting her again. And I just don't think it's going to work.
But Sarah, I want to ask you about the polling because a lot of these polls that are coming out show that things are neck and neck. Everyone I talk to is pretty decided, and it's not for Kamala Harris. Maybe it's just me. What are you learning when you're talking to Americans about how they're going to weigh in on this election?
No, I totally agree. I don't trust the polls. We shouldn't have trusted the polls in 2016 when Donald Trump was elected. I don't think that we should trust the polls now. Now, that is not to say don't go out and vote, because now is the time to keep our foot on the pedal, go out and give it all that we have. But anecdotally, everyone that I'm talking to, the momentum is for Donald Trump. And so I do think that there is a little bit of, with the polling, there is a little bit of aspect of people are worried about how they will be perceived by a pollster if they say that they're voting for Donald Trump. But what I am seeing is a lot of momentum shifting his way, potentially more so than 2016 or 2020, because people are living right now in the Kamala Harris, Joe Biden regime. And they're saying, you know what? I may not agree with every single thing that he says, and I may not like the way he says things. And I'm just going to get over the mean tweets, because the fact of the matter is we need a change, and I cannot vote for this woman. And so, again, it's just anecdotally, you can trust the polls or you can trust what you're seeing and living within, your very eyes. But what I'm seeing is that everyone, the majority of Americans have decided we cannot continue like this. We cannot afford, we cannot survive another 4 years of this.